Hello there, Libra, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for November 15th through the 21st. We'll start by taking a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall energy for the week. Round and round, not for you, and the thinker. Chop wood. Okay, it's time to chop something out of your life. Libra, you've had this energy for some time. You could just once again be overthinking this situation. It's almost as if, this is a master number 44 too. It's almost as if, are you trying too hard to get something to work or to rationalize why something can't work? So whether it's a job, a career path, a new business that you would like to start, a relationship, it's about taking a look at it, and it's almost like you're just going round and round and round, and kind of like talking yourself into it, talking yourself out of it, talking yourself into it, talking yourself out of it. But there's something here that's not for you. I almost feel like it could be that the entire thing is not for you, but I get a sense that it's one of the things that's not for you is a piece of the rationalization that you're using to stay in this cycle. So it could be a belief system that's holding you in this cycle. Say you had soulmates is underneath here and time for a nap. So I feel like you may be separated from somebody or from a situation. And there's something here, your Ace of Pentacles, something wants a new start here. Something definitely wants a new start. It's this energy that you're keeping yourself locked into a position. You're overthinking it, okay? And you're keeping yourself locked into a position because it's almost, I don't want to say that you want to admit, and it could be the energy of the other person too. Not that you not that you want to admit that you were wrong about something or someone, but it's almost like that energy of, well, I put it out there, I said blah, 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 so now I don't want to go back on blah, 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 but in reality, blah, blah, blah was totally delusional, right? I'm trying to think of an example. It's kind of like, okay, like when you were a kid or if you have children and they want a dog, right? They say, oh, we'll walk the dog and feed the dog every single day. Now, as an adult, that is not going to happen, right? And it's almost as if you're in this mentality of, yes, I promise I'm going to walk the dog every day and feed the dog twice a day. I promise. And it's like the parent is saying, okay, well, how about if I could just get you to walk the dog once a day and feed the dog 3 days a week? I would be happy. No, I'm going to do it all. It's almost as if you are almost in an irrational way. Right? And yet at the same time, I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, I don't think that you're trying to lie about what you're trying to do, right? It's just that you're just kind of like stuck in it. You're like, no, you're not going to back down. That's what it is. You're just not going to back down. You've taken a stance and you're not going to back down. That's the energy. Now, once again, it could be your energy or it could be the energy of the person that you're dealing with. Okay, so let's go to the tarot and see what we have here. Yeah, this is your present energy, trying to go on a new path. You want a new path. There's something that is holding you back from this new path. It's this energy of there's this energy of not giving up on something. And I really get a sense that it's about not giving up. I just really, I have this strange sense that, you won't back down from something that you said. I feel like it's more like something you said. So what's the obstacle? Two of Pentacles. Going back and forth. Trying to decide, can I take that back? Or it could be the energy of the person that you're dealing with. Whatever it is, it's almost as if somebody said something and now they want to take it back, but they can't decide, should they really take it back, because it's all part of the bigger scheme in a way. Oh, way overthinking. Like my head hurts. My head hurts. You're way overthinking this. Okay. It could be that somebody said something to you and you are just kind of like overthinking it. That type of energy. Okay, here is your advice. Wheel of Fortune. Allow the wheel to turn. Allow, if there is something you need to let go of. And once again, if it's something that you've said, if it's something that you thought you wanted and now you don't, it's like you're not, I feel like you're almost thinking that it's a failure or you made a mistake. And it's like, no, that was just part of the path. That was part of the journey. You have this new path that wants to start, and the way to get it to go, the way to go on this path is to let go of something that, is just holding you back. A reasoning. Yeah. Because look you have options. If you don't allow the wheel to turn, if you don't go in this new direction, then what happens is you create a lot of chaos for yourself. You get just more stuck up in your head. Yeah, 8 of Cups. This is a spiritual journey, walking away from something. There's definitely an energy that you need to walk away from something, whatever that is. Right? And I get a sense that for some of you, it's walking away from something, when you were a child or even a young adult, you may have said something like, oh, well, when I'm a mom, I'm never going to blah, blah, blah. Or when I'm a dad, I'm never going to blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blank, right? I'm never going to make my child get their hair cut a certain way, or I'm never going to ground them, or I'm never going to spank them, or whatever it is, right? You had something and you were just like really staunch in it. And something has happened where you want to go back and take something back that you've said, something like that, okay? Some declaration that you made. You want to take it back. And but you don't take it back, because it's almost as if you're like, no, I can't take that back. Well, people grow, people change. We have experiences that allow us to understand that what we declared to be our truth at one point is no longer our truth, and it's okay. And it's as soon as you let go of this declaration that you made in the past, right? Then you get to go on this new journey. It's whatever you have said, and it's probably something nobody else is caring about, Libra. You're kind of caught up in your head about it. Well, I can't say that. Like you may have said something about, oh, I am never going to drop out of college. And now maybe you're at a point where it's kind of like, college, you're 2 years in, you're like, college is just not for me. So I'd really like to go, take these graphic design classes or something over here. I want to go start my own business. I want to go on this other journey. And you're kind of like, yeah, but all my life I said, oh, I'm never going to drop out of college, or I'm going to have a 4-year degree. It's something like that, that you're just kind of like, you're living in it. You're continuing to live your life with some old paradigm, some old declaration that you created, that you said, that nobody else has put on you. I really get a sense that it's something that you have declared to yourself. And now it's like you feel like you can't take it back, but you can, because you've changed, you've grown, you're a different person. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gemini, this is, I just said Gemini. Are you dealing with a Gemini? Okay, Libra. I don't know. You have the Ten of Cups here. This is your true happiness. You're not taking this path because, look at this. You've transformed what your true happiness is. For some of you, that could be what you may have said when you were a young child, I'm going to be ballerina, okay? Now, I'm going to be a professional ballerina, or I'm going to be a professional baseball player, right? Well, you have to have a certain physique. You have to have a certain motivation. You have to have, financial substance, to take dance classes or have a baseball coach or whatever. Like, you had some dream, and then, what's happened is that you declared that, and you just kept pushing. No, that's it. But guess what? It's changed. Your Ten of Cups has changed, and you know it intuitively, but you're not allowing yourself to live it in the real world. Look at your intuition is telling you it's time for a new life. It's time to go on a new path. You've outgrown some declaration, and I'm going to call it declaration. You need to move past this declaration, and you need to embrace what it is that your heart really wants, not what you've been declaring your heart wants. Really interesting. Yeah, your obstacle is the Two of Pentacles. Do I stay with what I've been declaring for all these years, or do I actually go on the new path? You're going back and forth between the two of them. You're thinking it out. You're trying to rationalize how you can continue carrying on this declaration that you've made, and yet change paths at the same time. And it's like, no, you can only go one way or the other, Libra. You can only go one way or the other. So it's kind of like, okay, which path? Which one are you all fired up about? Victory, Ten of Swords. There's an ending. It's kind of interesting. You have to end one way of thinking, right? To break this pattern, to break this declaration. You have to end that in order to have victory in what your heart really wants, in what is really important to you. Yeah, and that's what the Wheel of Fortune is, right? It's about beginnings and endings, and that the new beginnings bring lots of blessings. Like, the blessings are going to be withheld as long as you are sticking. It's almost like, you're just sticking to your declaration. I'm not changing my mind. No, that's it. Not changing my mind. But that's what's holding you back. Oh my goodness. Seven of Wands. You can get on top of this. You can embrace it. Look at, when you go and you listen to your heart and you follow your true heart, not something that you said years ago, right? You bring balance into your life. You allow the wheel to turn in your favor, and you no longer are feeling sad. It's as if you're keeping yourself in this sadness because you just won't give it up. You may even have friends or family members that are just like, give it up, Libra. Just give it up. And you're like, no, I'm not giving it up. Well, guess what? Your angels want you to know it is not for you. Whatever this is, it is not for you. So interesting. It's a sense of being almost a little bit stubborn, which really, Libra, I don't think of you as like totally stubborn, you know. But for some reason, it's like you're digging your heels in. Okay, Seven of Cups. Oh my goodness. Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, it could have to do with work. It could have to do with wanting to make a career change, or wanting to go start a new business, or you know, go in a new direction. It's about where are you going to put your time and energy when it comes to your work. How are you going to get passionate and grounded in this? And you're confused. You're confused because you're still allowing some thinking that you had that you've kind of outgrown. You've outgrown this thinking of the past. You've outgrown it. Look at this. We had the Eight of Cups twice. High Priestess underneath that. Strength. Look at this. Sun. Right? This all wants to come in for you. I think what you may not realize is just how much you have progressed on your spiritual path, and that, you know, for some of you, I don't know, I just got the message, this won't resonate with everybody. It's almost as if you don't want to recognize that you're on a spiritual path. You're like, no, don't want to go there, you know. And that is actually preventing you from allowing all of these blessings to come in. You're not walking the path that your heart is desiring for you to walk. It's not really like you're self-sabotaging yourself. I mean, in a way you are, but it's really more a sense of just being stubborn about, no, I said this and I have to stay with that. You know, I said when I was 5 that I was going to be a fireman, so I have to be a fireman. And your heart may not be in it anymore, right? You're older. You've had a lot more life experiences. You've learned that you have a whole bag of skills and talents. And maybe being a fireman is not where your skill and talents can be used to the most, you know, benefit for the universe and for yourself. But it's like, no, I said when I was 5, I'm going to be a fireman, so I'm going to be a fireman. But maybe you're going to be a spiritual leader, or maybe you're going to, you know, be a medical researcher or something else that the universe really needs for you to move. Not that being a fireman isn't a very noble and needed profession, but if your skills and talents aren't set for that, and your skills and talents could be used better in a different career, then you know, having you be a fireman, as noble as being a fireman isn't really your calling. And that's, I guess, what the message here is. I do feel like for a lot of you, it is about your work. There's something about your work that you're, you know, trying to reevaluate. Perhaps, you know, making a career change or something like that. So let's see what the universe has. Creator fire, cozy up with risk. Nurture the sacred feminine. And welcome the divine masculine. Oh my goodness. Because, you know, we have this here, right? You know, we all have divine masculine and feminine within us. It's about bringing those into balance. You know, the divine masculine is very much, you know, makes a decision and sticks with it. You know, that's the way it is. Kind of like the Emperor or the King of Swords brings down the sword. That's it. And the Empress, okay, the divine feminine energy, is a little bit more nurturing, more intuitive, listens more to the heart, right? And so I feel like you're kind of in this divine masculine energy of, no, this is the decision and I'm sticking with it. But there needs to be some nurturing of realizing that there's something, a passion within you that is burning. Whether it's a career, a relationship, a new place to live, whatever, there's a fire inside of you that wants to be, lit and allowed to come out. Talents and skills that want to be shared with the world. It's about cozying up with risk. It's allowing this, declaration to go to the side. The declaration might be keeping you in a safe spot, right? Well, I'm in a career. I've been in this career for some time. I have some experience. I have networking. Okay, my skills and talents are being used, to the utmost in this situation, but that's okay. I'm safe, right? And I've said since I was a kid that I was going to have this career. And now all of a sudden you've kind of been going down the spiritual path and it's like it's time to change careers, perhaps. And you're like, no, I can't change careers. Too much risk in that. And besides that, I said I was going to do this since I was 5. And it really is about taking a moment to say to yourself, are my skills and talents being used to the most benefit for myself, my family, and the universe? And if so, then you're probably on the right path. But if you're holding on to something, just because of something that you said or declared at a much younger age, then, right, it's time to change. Really interesting. I would love to hear in the comments. What is it that you've declared that you're holding on to, Libra? What are you holding on to? Well, I'm going to leave it there. I do wish you much love and light in this situation and in all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.